The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Iru.
And I'm Terry. Join me later on for sports.
In this edition, migration blamed for rising crime, spiritual intervention for Beon, and youngsters look forward to youth soccer. People coming into New Ireland province to illegally settle have been blamed for the rise in lawlessness. New Ireland Provincial Police Commander Superintendent Albert Belly, who has been in the province for 18 weeks now, urged outsiders to abide by the law and respect the cultures and traditions of New Irelanders.
Uncontrolled migration into the maritime province of New Ireland is a cause for concern for local authorities. New Ireland Provincial Police Commander Superintendent Albert Belly, who took over from former PPC Felix Nebanat 18 weeks ago, outlined this as one of the main causes of social disorder in an otherwise peaceful province.
So as a result, now we are anticipating, we are experiencing, crime rates increase in the province, and most of them are created by the people from the informal sectors. People that are unemployed, people who are lazy and do nothing. So the most common crime faced in New Ireland province is basically gender-based violence. And of course, we have crimes relating from marijuana, drugs, influenced. When people are indulged under the influence of drugs, marijuana, they cause supplementary crimes like they go into rape, break and enter, stealing, conducting roadblocks, illegal roadblocks, robbery, and the list goes on.
PPC Belly further said because of our Melanesian culture, one household can have a lot of unemployed extended relatives living together, and when they have no way of meeting their basic needs, they resort to crime.
Informal, for me, basically, we have to clean the community in New Ireland. We have to do our informal. There should not be boy market selling. There should not be Bruce market selling. This also for me is unfair when we are not contributing anything to the GDP of the country. Gross domestic product. You see, people go to involve in another way to show that they are important human being to the country. Yeah? They're citizen of the country and they need to contribute, import something back to the country.
Referring to the New Ireland Provincial Government's Vagrancy Act, PPC Belly said they stand ready to assist when the provincial authorities call on them to start evictions. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
Prime Minister James Marape told Parliament on Thursday that the government is looking at an avenue to help students file complaints and seek legal interpretation through the Office of the Public Solicitor on new government decisions that are seen to be against national interest. The Prime Minister discouraged the use of social media and other avenues, including protests, and lead to civil unrest and destruction of property to address such matters.
Our country, a place of dispute resolution. The Office of the Public Solicitor, the Public Solicitor's Office has a constitutional role. At the moment, they're just attending to civil matters and small matters, but we're looking at the policy to empower the Office of the Public Solicitor to be a conduit of our public, including student body, who have any issue. If they feel that the national government has done a decision that is contrary to law, contrary to constitution, or not in the interest of our country, then there's a legal avenue for them to run to the courts to seek an address.
Prime Minister James Marape on Thursday tabled the the submission on the ratification of the Comprehensive Nuclear Ban Treaty. Since it opened for signature on 24th of September 1996, Papua New Guinea was amongst the first states to sign the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, but remains to date one of the only 10 states that have yet to ratify it. Within the region, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, and Tonga are the only Pacific Island Forum nations yet to ratify the treaty.
The Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty is a multilateral treaty opened for signature in 1996 by which states agreed to ban all nuclear explosions in all environments for military or civilian purposes. On Thursday, Prime Minister James Marape tabled for submission the ratification of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty.
Mr. Speaker, since it opened for signature on 24th of September 1996, Papua New Guinea was amongst the first states to sign the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, but remains to date one of the only 10 states that have yet to ratify it. Within the region, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, and Tonga are the only Pacific Island Forum nations yet to ratify the treaty.
PM Marape says Papua New Guinea's commitment as a country towards ratifying this treaty is important because of the emerging transnational geopolitical security threats.
We cannot deny the fact that nuclear weapons production and accumulation is slowing or has ceased, nor should we anticipate a total nuclear-free world in a few centuries ahead, knowing the quantity already in the possession of countries around the world today.
Once enforced, the Comprehensive Nuclear Ban Treaty is anticipated to ban all forms of nuclear weapon testing in the world. So far, 186 nations have signed and 176 have ratified it. It is also unfortunate that this treaty will not enter into force until it is ratified by all the other 44 countries in the world that either produce or process or have in their possession nuclear weapons. Salome Vincent, TV1 News.
Prime Minister James Marape said the proposed amended Oil Palm Industry Corporation Act is with the State Solicitor's Office for clearance. It will be brought to Parliament when it is cleared. With Parliament adjourned to August, the Prime Minister said the bill will be introduced then, or in September sitting. PM Marape said government established the Ministry of Oil Palm to ensure that the sector becomes the major contributor to the country's purse.
The idea rationally simple. We set up its own authority that runs and administers oil palm from government regulation perspective, and we have OPIC and the industry at arm's length from us. Today you got OPIC and regulation all together under one sort of structure, one organization. Government needs to be a regulator, and the industry meets at arm's length from the government. So I want to assure the member this reform will come to us hopefully in our August sitting or September sitting once we get it up and running. I want to ask all governors who have major grassland in the provinces, please jump on board, make available land. National government has put money, 150 million in this budget for land acquisition or land program. We're willing to partner any provincial governments who are ready to unbundle the land for the oil palm business or other agricultural business for that matter.
A new website was launched to promote transparency and accountability in how government funds are used across all 94 districts in Papua New Guinea. Community advocacy organization Act Now launched the website on Wednesday, June the 14th, 2023, to provide the general public, officials and academics with impartial and non-impartial information on the work of each district development authority with the ultimate aim of helping to improve the quality of local infrastructure and service delivery. Act Now campaign manager Eddie Tanago stated that Act Now will assist in tracking and verifying the spending. Contact details for each DDA will be provided on the website, including allowing authorities to make available copies of the development plans, annual budgets, and acquittal and inspection reports. The website is encouraging public participation in a democratic process through social auditing. The website will allow the public to score the performance of the DDA and to submit comments and photographs on local district projects. Treasurer Ian Linkstaki ended the Parliament sitting on Thursday with what he states good news of the budget repair. The Treasurer said this do not mean we should become complacent. There will be a need to move more funds towards operational budget to support nurses and teachers. He said Treasury will have a medium-term strategy by August this year and debt strategy and receive updated forecasts from the medium fiscal and economic outlook and prepare for revised budgetary strategy for the next 5 years. On the floor of Parliament on Thursday, Treasurer Ian Linkstaki highlighted the financial budgetary report, stating good news of the budget repair.
Our 13-year budget repair plan, which gives our country a path to a fixed budget and no more debt. Once again, the government has delivered a healthier budget bottom line. We have a lower budget deficit than expected when this House passed the 2022 budget and the 2022 supplementary budget. This means less build-up of debt, increased confidence in our economy, more funds available for the private sector.
The budget deficit has been reduced from 8.6% GDP to 5.4% in just 2 years. The Treasurer elaborated that in 2022, they invested 9,871.9 million kina capital budget, which is an increase of 2.5 billion on the 2021 outcome. Under the Marape-Rosso governments, the public investment program has grown from 2,041 million kina in 2018 to 6,952.3 million kina in 2022 and delivering on a healthier budget. He included the household assistance during COVID-19 worth 587 million kina last year, said to be the largest package assistance to PNG families in the country's history. In the 2023 budget, they built on a package of assistance worth a further 519 million kina.
The first is that total revenues and grants increased by 4,677.8 million kina. This strong growth reflects the effectiveness of our revenue strategies, including international engagement. The second is that PNG government expenditures increased by 4,259.1 million kina, or 21.2%. Most of this going to an increased capital budget for projects. A fast 33.7% revenue increase compared with a lower 21.9% expenditure increase. This is the path of budget repair. The budget deficit meant the level of debt increased to 53,667.9 million kina, or 49.8% of GDP, lower than the 2022 supplementary budget. This lower debt level will feed into slightly lower debt estimates for 2023 and our 3 to 4 future years.
Treasurer Staki said this should not mean we become complacent. There will be a need to move more funds towards operational budget to support nurses, teachers, for new infrastructure, a stronger expenditure control, especially of wages, better revenue collection performance, and increase in non-tax revenue performance. Deputy Opposition Leader Douglas Tomuriasa was impressed with the budget repair statement by Treasurer Ian Linkstaki in Thursday's sitting. However, he adjourned the debate of the budget repair to a later sitting date.
Mas lo harim plenty positive talk come out lo mouse lo treasure blame. I am presenting this paper. So, Mr. Speaker, the paper itself that is presented has got a lot of detail that need to be seen by us. Na look savelo this paper. Behind me, I can walk in one detailed response. Also, Mr. Acting Speaker, I'd like to ask that we adjourn debate for this paper to a subsequent sitting so that Mipla can provide him detailed response.
This is TVWAN News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
There's a sense of pride when you're able to do something right, a financial decision that has just really good benefits. With PSP life insurance, there's that alleviation of that worry when you pass away. The benefits of the PSP life insurance would meet those expenses on behalf of my family. If you're young and you have kids, you owe it to your children to make sure they're not left behind when you pass on.
With you for life.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot and talk, young or old, let's calories, family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's our favorite from us. Tennessee cola, scale rice on scale price. Tennessee cola, scale rice on scale price. Amber, you like it?
Papua New Guinea. We love a reason for a family gathering. A reason to play. A reason to ignite the flame. A reason to cook the best with the best. Flame oil, now PNG made for PNG cooking. Flame oil, winning taste.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectation.
Welcome back. Volunteering events is essential for the staff members of Digicel PNG and providing the opportunity for staff to give back to their communities. Digicel PNG Foundation organized 5 volunteer events for Digicel PNG staff as part of its Live, Love, Learn program for the International Changemakers Week from the 5th to the 9th of June 2023. International Changemakers Week recognizes service to communities and gives the opportunity for staff to give back to their communities. Through volunteering in conjunction with Team International, Digicel PNG Foundation organized events, cleaning and repainting classrooms at Sevese Morea Primary School and Cheshire Disability Services in NCD, refurbishment of a mini library and book donation for Situm Primary School in Ley, donation of baby bundles to Wanyata Maternal Waiting Home in Goroka, and donation of toiletries to Mount Hagen General Hospital in Western Highlands Province. The 45 volunteer events was coordinated by Telstra across 30 locations in Asia, Oceania, Europe, and America. Almost 140 Digicel PNG staff participated in all 5 events. In Port Moresby, 100 staff were involved in cleaning and repainting of the Digicel Foundation donated classrooms at Sevese Morea Primary School on June the 5th and at Cheshire Disability Services on June 9th, 2023. Beyond Correctional Institution was in shambles before Commander Jackson Gubag arrived in February this year. Prior to his arrival, there were 2 back-to-back jail breakouts, one on December the 28th, 2022, one in New Year's Eve, and the most recent was in early February 2023. Among the escapees, the February breakout is a detainee on death row. It seemed Commander Gubag said that both detainees and staff of Beyond were in desperate need of redemption.
Beyond Correctional Commander Jackson Gubag is keen on bringing back rehabilitation practices into the cell blocks by actively involving the Medeng Prison Fellowship, a combined church group within the institution. They have assigned Wednesday as a dedication day for praise and worship, Bible studies, and other church-related activities. Rehabilitation for inmates has increased since 2020 due to COVID-19. Taking the lead in coordinating all these spiritual activities is the Medeng Prison Fellowship Ministry, who, under each of their denomination activities, come together to roll out their various programs.
People were frightened to come here to Beyond because commanders died. So far, it's around 3 commanders. The first one was some years back, but the others they died while taking the commander's post here. And it's like when I came here, I was here before, 2016, and I went to Puka, Golden Mill, and then to headquarters. When I came here, this institution is completely run down. They have 2 major breakouts year before last, and this year we opened the year with the first escape of inmates. And that's the whole reason I came. I was here on a 4-month restoration to clean up Beyond here.
Commander Gubag said the institution was in a bad state with many illegal and unwanted behavior occurring, tarnishing its good name. He thought he had come to attend to the management and rehabilitation of detainees, but soon realized that his staff and their families needed redemption also.
The problem here is not the detainees. As I can tell, the problem is not detainees. I came here because of the detainees mass breakout. But when I came here, I saw it's not the detainees. The problem is officers. Officers, their wives, their children. The community here is the problem. So I have to do something, we have to really do some spiritual program to bring back this institution back to God. So I believe that's my belief.
Chairman of Medeng Prison Fellowship Ministry, Pastor Martin Awek, is from the Lutheran Church. He said they have many programs lined up for this year, including awareness and church activities, which they have planned for inmates and other detainees. So far, the ministry has seen some changes in inmates, with many successfully released into their communities.
So the work of prison ministry is basically to get the churches involved in part and parcel of the work in CIS itself. So we don't represent one church, and that's not what we are. That's the conviction that the prison ministry and Beyond. We've been here with the Beyond CIS for the past 27 years.
Pastor Awek said spiritualism is not the only aspect of rehabilitation for the institution. They also engage inmates in farming. Salobe Vincent, TV1 News.
Members of the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Papua New Guinea have been faithfully visiting their peers in the Buimo Correctional Facility this year. Buimo Prison Chaplain Reverend Martin Moel said congregations, parishes, ministries and circuits from ELT PNG districts in Morbe are showing their support in cash and kind to the prisoners. Rev Moel said the visitations so far were from Sagan Circuit, Wampa Parish, St. Andrew's English Congregation Youths, Esosimeng Women's Ministry from Erap, and over the weekend was the Hauta congregation of the Gainkusi Parish in ELC Boana district. He said the youth group donated 3 cartons that contained 72 Lotu book of Amamas One Time na Lotu Longod and 62 confirmation certificates, while the 4 women's group blessed the prisoners with garden produce, fruits and toiletries, including offering money. Reverend Mowell said hopes to see this continue, including other denominations or interested groups visiting as well. Yumi FM PNG Music Award 2023 is back after being dormant for 3 years when COVID-19 struck. The event will now be staged this Saturday, June the 17th, at the Lamana Gold Club. From different categories, 3 male and a female artists have been nominated for the award.
The Yumi FM Music Award is back after being out for 3 consecutive years due to COVID-19. Lamana Gold Club is host to this year's event this Saturday, June 17th. There are 10 different categories, including the Best Artist of the Year, Best New Artist of the Year, Song of the Year, Male and Female Artist of the Year, the Justin Kelly Award, and People's Choice Song of the Year Award. Artists stand up on Thursday's launch, including Kronos, who has been nominated for 4 different categories.
The struggles that we face to do music, we struggle and do it individually. In order for us to do music, we have to rent a studio to record. And every time we invest time, money, something, whether you go pressing next, but you don't know when I'm track.
First-time artist Candid Waynes shared how this event is important to his art as a member of the PNG music industry. Meanwhile, female artist Daniela used the launch to encourage other female artists to maintain focus and persevere in their music careers.
I think one part of it roadblock where me face him, and I think plenty of other female artists are facing on social media platform.
The Yumi FM PNG Music Award is already shaping up to be a successful event that will promote the effort and the products of the PNG musicians, songwriters and producers. Rex Lita, TVWAN News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2810 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2735 US, 0.399 Australian dollars, 0.2449 euro, and 37.89 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed higher except gold and copra closed lower, and on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You're watching TV1 News. We'll have news from overseas when we come back. Stay with us.
It was during and after COVID that really motivated me to want to take up life insurance. I think savings is very important, and I think One Talk Delight provides a disciplined approach to savings, and it's a good investment to want to think about the future, because it's always nice to have plans for what you want to do later on.
With you for life. He loves the Maroons. He loves the Blues. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bungim Yumi.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi Trubla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, One Time Lay Biscuit Company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
more taste. Magic kakaro, get up and big smile on face. Time for kimchi and a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
There's nothing more intense than this thing. I've been in racing my entire life since I was 3 or 4 years old. Anytime you get in one of these things, your life is in danger.
There's no room for error. I mean, this is life or death. I'm determined.
We travel across the country with this beast, and people just go nuts.
Welcome back. China's top legislator Zhao Leji held talks with Speaker of Kiribati's House of Assembly, Tangariki Reid, in Beijing Thursday. Zhao, chairman of the National People's Congress Standing Committee, and China-Kiribati relations achieved fruitful results since the two countries officially resumed diplomatic relations, noting the fundamental prerequisites for the smooth development of bilateral relations is to properly handle the Taiwan question. Zhao said China highly appreciates that Kiribati adheres to One China principle. Zhao said China is ready to synergize the Belt and Road Initiative and Global Development Initiative with the development plan of Kiribati and make more fruitful cooperation in such areas as trade and investment, infrastructure, energy and transportation, agriculture, fishery and tourism. Vladimir Putin's diplomats will be forever denied the right to a new Russian embassy anywhere near Canberra's center of power. The Albanese government has pushed urgent laws through parliament to thwart Moscow's plan for a post near Parliament House. It's been done out fear the Russians would use the site as a hub for spying.
Snap announcement.
To be clear, today's decision is one taken in the national security interests of Australia.
With immediate impact.
Today we will introduce a very simple law into the Parliament that we are asking is addressed urgently.
Canberra's planning authority, the NCA, has been wrangling for years with Russian diplomats over their painstakingly slow efforts to build a new embassy. Last month, a federal court stopped the NCA from stripping Russia of its lease on a premium block just a few hundred metres from Parliament House, next to diplomatic missions owned by China, the United Kingdom and Canada. The government now making a rare intervention, moving in Parliament to take back control of the land.
This location sits directly adjacent to Parliament House. The government has received clear national security advice that this would be a threat to our national security.
The bill passing in the lower house in under 5 minutes.
I think the ayes have it.
And rushed through the Senate in less than 2 minutes.
I think the ayes have it.
Both sides of politics convinced that if Russia can build the new embassy, it will use the prized location for spying and espionage.
The coalition stands with the government on this issue.
as we will always act to protect our national interest against risks posed by authoritarian powers.
We don't expect that Russia's in a position to talk about international law, given their rejection of it so consistently and so brazenly.
Russia's embassy hasn't yet responded, saying it's seeking legal advice. But this announcement also highlights a new reality. As technology grows more sophisticated, distance offers less protection, which might mean future governments will be slower to approve new embassies nestled right next to Parliament House.
Hundreds gathered last night at the site of the New South Wales Hunter Valley bus crash, which claimed the lives of 10 people.
Family and friends of those victims of this tragic incident that unfolded in the Hunter Valley region on Sunday night gathered last night at the crash site in Greta, where they mourned the loss of those 10 lives that were tragically lost, as well as the survivors that were there. On top of that, there were many local residents from the town of Greta that also attended this candlelight vigil where they laid down flower wreaths and allowed them the opportunity really to thank those first responders that attended the scene and the crash site on Sunday night as well. Now, there were more than 20 passengers on that bus that flipped over on Sunday night that were taken into hospital and treated for various injuries. Most have since been discharged since Monday, but currently there are still 9 that do remain in hospital, but thankfully in a stable condition. There are 2 that remain at the Royal Prince Alfred Hospital here in Sydney, while 7 are still at the John Hunter Hospital in Newcastle receiving treatment as well. This all comes as the bus company that's at the centre of this crash was investigated and was issued 2 infringement notices by police yesterday following raids that were conducted on the depots. Police were joined by investigators and inspectors from the National Heavy Vehicle Regulator on Wednesday to conduct a heavy vehicle audit of the Link bus line fleet. That's a fleet that's based in the central coast of New South Wales. Now, they found documents that related to fatigue, driver management, vehicle servicing, maintenance and safety management systems. So there were more than 20 buses that were inspected, and among those 7 defects that were found, one of the major defects that were identified was that there was a cracked windscreen, oil leaks, inoperable seatbelts and insecure seats as well. Now, the bus company actually issued a statement saying that that major defect that was identified has since been rectified by the company, but they'll continue to work on those minor defects as the accordance to the timeline of that heavy vehicle regulator as well. Now, as for the bus that's at the centre of this crash that flipped over when it failed to appropriately navigate the roundabout in Greta, that's all part of a separate investigation by police, and we're expecting findings from this investigation to be delivered in the coming weeks as well. But this is certainly a tragedy that has marred so much of the local community there, and New South Wales Health says that crisis support services will remain open for as long as they're needed, both at centres in Singleton and Branxton, to help people come to terms with the grief and the loss as they continue to mourn those 10 lives that were tragically lost.
Countries must phase out coal and other fossil fuels to avert climate catastrophes, Secretary General Antonio Guterres warned on Thursday in New York. Guterres was speaking to journalists at UN headquarters following a meeting with civil society climate leaders from across the world. He said limiting global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius is still possible, but will require a 45% reduction in carbon emissions by 2030. However, current policies will lead to a 2.8 degrees Celsius temperature rise by the end of the century, which spells catastrophe. He called for fossil fuel companies to present credible, comprehensive and detailed new transition plans that include reducing emissions up and down the value chain, from production through to refining, distribution and use. And now the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Back home, regional forecast for the next 24 hours. In southern region, isolated showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain over Gulf of Papua. Mumase region, isolated showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain over Morabe and West Sepik. In New Guinea Islands region, scattered showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain. In Highlands region, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain, then morning fog. And that ends the news segment. In sports with Terry, Santos love cricket team in Kerema and youngsters embrace youth soccer.
It's in the highs and in the lows. It's in the big things and the small things too. It's hard to put into words, but you'll know it when you see it. Terrain Tamer, when quality counts.
Without a doubt, you care for your loved ones. You want to keep them safe, whoever they may be with, wherever they may be, in the home or facing the world outside. Don't let anything stop you, not even bacteria. Protex helps protect your skin with natural extracts. Boosted with flaxseed oil, Protex helps eliminate 99.9% of bacteria for healthy skin. And with the power of natural goodness, you're ready to play every day. Protex, for the good health of your skin.
My kids have the soy in their hand almost 1 year. When I started applying the oil every night, the soy dried up.
The Great Crusade of Faith and Miracles, with the free distribution of blessed oil. Join us at Sir John Guy's Indoor Stadium on June 18th at 10 a.m. Call 7422-9960 or 7899-8678.
Change your TV plan to a postpaid plan and save more than 100 kina. Get a 30-day 40-channel plan for only 85 kina and get a free DTV plan to watch rugby league,
blink and you miss it,
or Filipino dramas from anywhere you want.
Good idea.
How awesome is that?
What a moment!
Dial 1515 to speak to a TV agent and get yourself a postpaid TV plan today. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
Let the battle begin! He's knocked out! That's a big right hand and he's gone! And I don't think he'll get up from that. This fight could be over! Mayweather makes him pay. He's not going to make it. 9 and 10. And that's the fight. It is over.
Knockouts. Only on Fight Sports.
First and exclusive.
I've got to get my girls out of here.
That is not a fight you are designed to win.
How do we get down?
What did you see?
It's big.
How big?
Big.
Did you really have to wear the same dress as my mom? Oh, I can't help it if I wear it better. This is war. Oops.
First and exclusive. All new on Saturdays.
Get ready for a mouth-watering dive into the wild with Mike Robinson.
Look at that! Good job. Ow!
It's the ultimate catch and cook.
I have noticed that you have not gutted it.
I tend not to gut it.
There's so much flavour.
That's stunning, to be fair.
You know, we're enacting what our ancestors did. It's in our DNA to do this.
Fishing the Wild. Streaming now on Outdoor.
Welcome back. The Cricket PNG Santos Love cricket team are in Kerema town in the Gulf province to launch the program for 2023. Cricket PNG Game Development Manager Margaret Sibona will meet with Kerema Open MP Thomas Opa with his Provincial Education Board Advisor to launch the 2023 Santos Love cricket program.
Cricket PNG Santos Love Cricket program gives school children an opportunity to learn about cricket and play the sport as the code looks to expand into the province. Several schools have been selected to roll out this program. The program will run across 16 schools in Kerema, Gulf Province. Sertore Primary School in Iokea Village is also participating. As promising as it looks for both schools in Kerema and Santos Love Cricket, the program wouldn't be successful without technical staff. Hence, the lead up to the launch, facilitators will conduct new hire training for 5 new Santos Love Cricket staff members managed by Cricket PNG, and over the next fortnight will present cricket and life skill lessons. The program has been active over the past few years under the leadership of Margaret Sibona. The program has been recognized within the sporting community in the country. The Santos Love Cricket program has recently won the Community Sport Initiative Award 2023 from SP Sports Awards. School children in Kerema will now have the opportunity to play cricket under the Santos Love Cricket program. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
The inaugural National Youth Soccer League is set to kick off this Sunday, June 18, 2023 in Port Moresby and Lae. The Northern Conference will be played at the Port Moresby at the PNG Football Academy in 11 Mile Lae, while Southern Conference will be hosted at the PNG Football Stadium, Port Moresby. 13 clubs registered under existing member associations have confirmed to participate, 7 from the Northern Conference and 6 from the Southern Conference.
Under FIFA and OFC, the National Youth Soccer League is an important development pathway that will be used as a platform to promote and create a pathway for the game in the country and the region as a whole. Speaking at the official launch of the inaugural National Youth Soccer League on Thursday this week, PNG Football Association President John Cabinato highlighted the importance and value of having the Youth Soccer League, which is crucial to the future of the game. The target age group is between 16 years to 19 years. However, as part of the Junior Development Pathway Plan, member associations would be required to tap into the 6-year-olds to 15-year-olds in their program moving forward.
Today I'm so excited through FIFA's directives to all the member associations throughout the Oceania region that Youth League must start. And Youth League is very, very important because if we do not have a Youth League, we don't have a pathway. And therefore, PNGFA has taken on the Youth League to start this year. This is the first platform of competition that's going to happen.
Capinato said under the direction from FIFA, PNGFA has been tasked to trial out the National Youth Soccer League competition in Lae and Port Moresby, starting with 13 clubs, 7 from the Northern Conference and 6 from the Southern Conference. He said New Guinea Islands and Highlands regions will come on stream next year. The president said they are working in partnership with FIFA and OFC to make sure the youth are given every opportunity to expose and showcase their skill and talent at the next level, which is very important to the national team. He said the National Youth Soccer League will not only create systematic pathway, but also set a platform for selecting the national team.
This is a pilot program. We want to do it well. We're working in partnership with FIFA and OFC to ensure that our youth participate, because youth is very, very important. That's why when we want to select our national team, we have to look through every ways. Now we have a platform that this youth can play on so that we see a systematic in terms of selection from the youth level to our men's senior team.
Capinato added the National Youth Soccer League will also create incentives for the National Youth League champions to participate in the Regional Youth Soccer League as well.
Goroka Lodge is putting up a whopping 20,000 kina cash for its September dart competition. With teams registration open, the Goroka Lodge September dart competition is expecting 16 clubs to participate in the competition. The list of participating teams will be released on June 29 before competition kicks off on July 6, 2023.
Run 3 dart competitions in a year.
Its first competition runs early in the year with an aim to see out the competition in April Easter weekend. The second competition is in September and then the final one in December. First of the three competitions has successfully been completed, with Team Elakuka taking out the honours. They walked away with 10,000 kina cash and a trophy. Prizes were given to the runners-up and other teams in diminishing order according to where they finished on the points ladder. Teams are now eyeing the September event. Registration of 700 kina per team has begun, with 16 teams are expected to take part. For the September event, the registration has already begun and the competition is expected to have about 16 teams. Prizes will be given to the top 10 finishers. The top winner gets 5,000 kina with a trophy. Runners-up will get 3,000 kina. Third and fourth placings will get 2,500 kina and 2,000 respectively. The team that finishes 10th place gets 200 kina. The Goroka Lodge dart competition started in 2016 and has been successful. The Pepsi Capital Rugby Union resumes in round 10 this weekend with an interesting battle looming between 7th place Wanderers and 6th place Crusaders at the Bava Rugby Park on Saturday. Given their current standings on the points ladder, both teams are keen and ready to hit the ground running this weekend. After a week's break, CRU returns to Bava this Saturday and Sunday as the battle for this year's Premiership title continues in round 10. The main Premiership match of the day on Saturday sees one of the enforcers in the competition, Wanderers, lock horns with closest rival on the ladder, Crusaders. Both teams always bring a lot of energy every time they meet, and this weekend is no exception. Crusaders, under the mentorship of coach Frank Gavi Jr., have always been competitive and looking forward to the challenge. During the CRU media conference this week, former player and Wanderers assistant coach Shane Amian said while they have got nothing to lose, his boys will turn up with a good attitude, ready to play. He said they have a lot of respect for the Crusaders, especially coach Gavi, who's done a great job in imparting and transforming some of his knowledge of the game to his players. But in saying that, Amian is also confident in backing his boys up to execute well.
Well, Crusaders, under Frank Gavi, Frank's done a wonderful job with the Crusaders in keeping the boys together and really trying to work hard to bring that game knowledge up to scope with the team, and they've proven pretty formidable. They will always challenge and they will never back down. And we appreciate that, and so we've worked on ourselves to make sure that we stick to our game plans. The forwards know what they need to do, the backliners know what they need to do, and hopefully we can carry that out on the field and stick to our game plan. Hopefully we can come out on top. But we do have a lot of respect for the Crusaders and Frank and his boys. So we'll see on the weekend how it goes.
Wanderers captain and representative player Foster Maso is set to lead his boys out on Saturday with a very formidable side that has a lot of depth with good speed and agility out the back.
Elisha Single, very elusive, tight five, second row. Plays like a flanker, always everywhere. He's a big guy, fast, really hard to put down. I think he's one of them that they need to watch out for. I think he's the leading try scorer for our team at the moment.
The second row.
The second row. Runs like an inside center. Also, one of our older players was playing for North quite a while now. Is back here in Wanderers, Eli Pema, on the inside of big center. He's a big, still has his fire skills there, so he's one to watch out for. And also our outer center, Jason, small in build, but he's one of the toughest guys out there on the field. Give you a run for your money. So I think those three are the ones to watch out for, especially Elisha and Jason.
Coach Chaman is again urging all Wanderers diehard supporters to come out and support them on Saturday. Is one of Australia's top kickboxers, having travelled the world to compete against the sport's biggest fighters. Now Dante Rodriguez is preparing for a crack at being crowned world champion. The proud Darwin man hopes his journey will inspire other Territorians.
My name is Dante Rodriguez, and I'm a professional fighter.
I'm heading to Portugal in November to compete in the World Kickboxing Championships.
It feels amazing to represent Australia, but surprisingly, it actually feels even better to represent NT. I feel like it's been overlooked for everything that we do, not just fighting, not just any of that. I love representing my community. I love Darwin. I love Northern Territory. So yeah, it feels amazing to be up there and flying the flag. I start the day off with either a morning run or a morning swim. I'd go to work, finish work, and I'd come straight to the gym. We typically train for about maybe 2 to 3 hours, depending on what we're doing that day. So all up, it's about 4 or 5 hours of training every day. So I've faced quite a few mental health issues in my past, coming from depression or even anxiety. I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder when I was 18. And, you know, being an advocate and being someone to stand there and, you know, show people that they're not alone is something that's so important to me. And I want everyone out there to know that they're not alone and, you know, they can fight through any battles that they have. I think it's very important for me to be a role model for Indigenous youth. First Nations people in the Northern Territory and in Darwin, they need it. They need someone that's from their hometown doing it, you know, and it gives them hope and it gives them a bit of inspiration that they can do something like that too. So I think it's very important for me to hold a good image and hold a good persona for myself so other young Indigenous people in my community can look up to me.
And that's our sports segment for tonight.
Thank you, Terry. And that wraps up the news for tonight. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Bye.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.